and welcome to this episode of Kapow with Pitu. I'm going to talk about sowing seeds today. So why would you start seeds when you could just direct sow them? Usually the answer is temperature. Most seeds, it depends on what kind you're growing, but most seeds that are grown in warm weather climates that are like summer bloomers and things like that, or seeds that are from very tropical countries, like I have marigold seeds here, they cannot tolerate nighttime low temperatures that get around say 40 degrees or so. They can't handle that. They will die of the cold. On most seed packets it will say sow after last frost date. Your frost date will depend on where you live. Like if you live in a climate like Chicago, your frost date is going to be much later than the frost date that those of us who live in California will have. In India, I don't know what your frost date would be. It would depend on what part of India you live in. The reason you would start seeds like this is because you can't just plant them outside when the temperature is going to be cold. I started these marigold seedlings in winter, and we were experiencing lows of 40 degrees here in California, and they wouldn't have been able to tolerate that. So what you do if you want to do seed starting is that you buy these like little plastic cell trays. You can get them at any garden store, and you fill soil in each of them, and then you sow your seeds in them, and you can keep them. I kept them indoors because it was cold here. And if you don't have enough light inside your house, you can use a grow light. GE makes a lot of grow light like bulbs. They're really not that expensive. Like I got my grow light for like $10 on Amazon. It's just a little bulb, and you attach it and you make sure it's 6 inches away from your seeds or from your plant, and it gives you a full spectrum light, mimicking the sun. This is in case you don't have like a very nice sunny windowsill in your apartment or house or whatever. If seedlings do not get enough light, as much light as they need, they will become leggy. What is leggy? Leggy is, they just become, they start leaning towards the sun because they're like, oh no, I don't have enough light. So they keep leaning like this, and then their stalks become very weak. We don't want seedlings to be leggy. Leggy is a great adjective to use for a supermodel. Like if you're 6 feet tall and you look like, I don't know, Linda Evangelista or something, that's great. But we don't want leggy seedlings. We want stout seedlings. We want like hefty, husky seedlings, So you need to make sure they're getting enough light. Is it time to transplant these? Now these are marigolds. A lot of plants have this concept. There is the cotyledon, and then there are true sets of leaves. True sets of leaves is what the plant has when it is a mature plant. So if you look at marigolds, for example, they have these serrated leaves that you can see over here. They don't have leaves like this flat little leaf. When my seedling started growing, first it developed these small flat leaves. Those small flat leaves are providing nutrition to the seedling, to the plant, but they are not true leaves. They are cotyledons. These serrated leaves are the true set of leaves. Until the true set of leaves has emerged, we are not going to transplant it in the garden because the plant is not mature enough yet. It's not going to make it out here in the wild, It's at this point, it's just like you just want to like wait and see. You can look at the bottom. If you feel that the roots are starting to pop out of it, it's way past time for you to have planted it. So you just kind of have to wait and watch. I'm just giving them a little bit more time to grow because I just feel that there's no rush for me to transplant them right now. When spring came and I brought these seedlings out, I didn't just keep them in the yard from like all day, all night or anything like that, because they were inside in a very controlled temperature, in like a thermostat of like 70 degrees or whatever, and no wind, no insects, no nothing, no competition for anything, just being taken care of really well. So I started bringing them out into the balcony in a spot where they would get morning sun and they would get some shade from the other plants for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then after 2-3 hours I would bring them back in. If you have a lot of seedlings, it helps to just use like a little box, keep them all on a little box and just move the box in and then take it back in when you need to. Seedlings are very, very fragile. When it's time for me to take these seedlings and put them in a pot or whatever, I love to use like a little spoon, like just use like a little stainless steel spoon or a wooden spoon or something, and you just scoop up, like from below, you just push it a little bit and then when it pops up, you scoop it up with a spoon, and then when you're putting it in the pot, you make your little hole in the pot, and you just use your fingers, just do this, you know, move the soil aside, make a little bit of a hole, and then drop it in gently using the spoon. Never ever do this. I see people do this where they will like pluck it, they will pluck this little seedling like this, and they will go put it. Do not do that. You will damage the roots and the seedling will like die on you. Don't do it. You want the whole thing with the root ball to come out. The good thing is it's so small that you can just use a spoon and, you know, you'll be fine. But don't ever like just pick it up like this from its pot and put it. That's like not done. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to save my videos.